Hi guys, it's Borkson. Hello, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. So guys, going through my videos in my playlist, I realized I have 2 more videos to film, including this one, for going to school with a disability. So guys, this is high school. This video is going to school with a disability, high school. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm pretty sure I have autism, like ADHD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Like I have a lot of that were never diagnosed. I don't want to diagnose myself. I was never diagnosed. I have a disability in my hand that I hold a camera with. In my case, my phone, or tablets. I don't film my tablets anymore. They're over there. I have a disability in my wrist and hand, but I had that during school. Trust me, I was mocked even in high school over it. But I became disabled. I was disabled my foot, but nobody really noticed. And I have a disabled ankle as well. I didn't gain until after high school, so I wasn't bullied. Thank God in school for that. Anyway, guys, my high school career, I can sum up in one word, and I can't say that word on YouTube. I'm laughing, you guys, because I've been out of high school 15 plus years, almost 15 and a half next month. I hated high school. I'll be the first one to tell you. I will not tell you the name of my school I went to for privacy reasons and because I don't want to get sued by anybody. And for if I bring up names, these are all names that have been changed for my own privacy and for the innocent people that had went to school with me who did not make my high school worse. There was a group of people once they wrote the bat. I don't get along with girls. If you guys, sorry guys, live in an urban world. Look at my cat friends next to me. I don't get along with women all that well. I'm actually afraid of them. I used to be low key afraid of women. It kind of makes sense, guys. For the record, I grew up with a single widowed father. If that kind of, well, not really. My mother stuck around till I was in senior in high school, which we'll have to cover in this video because it's pathetically sad. Anyway, guys, so the remainder of my life up until a year ago, I was with an elderly, disabled, paralyzed from an injury father, which to me, I'm not putting the man down. He was great. My father had to have a lot of issues with going to my school. So you guys, I live in North America. If you guys are new to my channel or you guys don't know me, hi, I'm Borkson, like I said in the beginning. I live in Pennsylvania, United States of America. That's as close as I'm gonna get to where I actually live. I live in a really, really big area. The school system is ghetto, to be honest. I don't even assume I need to take it down because I'm saying the wrong words. Guys, if you guys are new here, I like my glasses touch my cheek. It's just a tick, guys. And also, I wear glasses that were thick. But don't worry, they would always get broken off my face. So hey guys, the first day of high school, I wanted to drop out. You guys, I always talk about Gavin. Not always, but I talk about high school. So I talk about winning Gavin. I had a crush on high school that was way out of my league. It was way too popular to even come anywhere near me. But I promise Gavin wasn't a bully to me. Like, he wasn't bullying us, but he was kind of a jerk in some ways. Like, he was kind of mean a little bit. And my friends bullied me over Gavin. I'm laughing, but it's not really funny, you guys. Anyway, so the first day of high school, I walk in, they're sorting us out by our teachers. They already have us sorted, guys. First of all, going to school with disability, you're supposed to take a placement test to be placed. They said that I couldn't take the placement test because of my eyes. Guys, know I've been growing up my whole life. If you're new to my channel, you don't know. I've been told my whole life I'm very close to legally blind. I will probably develop glaucoma and lose my sight completely one day. Guys, that's not what my latest doctor said. My latest doctor said if I had that disability, my glasses wearing reversed it. So anyway, I was treated like a freak in school because I couldn't see. I was bullied by teachers, staff, and students. And there were some staffs that were really nice. Like some teachers, I don't want to say the good people's names either because I don't want them getting any backlash for being nice to me. Anyway, I didn't have a good high school experience. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, so I walk in and Gavin's being sort of, he's cute. So they didn't want me. So guys, first off, in my earlier days in schools, they would have us go to the bathroom with a buddy to go with us. But only one person. Go with one person to the bathroom. First off, as an adult, I'm pretty sure, because high school started this up again, I'm pretty sure that is not a good idea to have one person go to the bathroom, one child. There's harassment, in my opinion, as an adult. Especially somebody like me who, my visual impairment, TMI guys, does not stop me from using any of the bathrooms, washrooms on my own. I can use them. I can wash my hands. And the only thing is I have obsessive compulsive disorder. This is a little too much information. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. So I had to make my hands wash very, very well. I was washing my hands before I made this video so I could touch my phone. I carry hand sanitizer because, I mean, I will religiously use it and like hold it and hug it and stuff. It's really weird, but I was picked on in school because they claimed I could not read. I can read. I was visually impaired. So because I could not see straight because I'm so close to being blind, which first off I find offensive to make fun of the blind, something that always I don't like. As someone whose father had visual disability towards the end, I don't like that at all. Anyway, guys, very early in, they introduced me to this girl that we're gonna call her Betsy, because this girl, I have trouble with her even to this day. I don't know what I did to her. And you know those like young, like, guys, now I want to say my schools had everyone with disabilities or without disabilities were all just like thrown in together. Understandable, right? So because of my visual disability, they tried to pair me up with friends. Hoo, big mistake. The school picked out this girl named, we'll call Betsy, to be my best friend. Anyway, Betsy comes in. Oh, guys, Betsy's the other girl in my mind. Yeah, Betsy. School picked out Betsy, who is a big mistake. Bad. I feel bad for Betsy. You know, I think I know what's going on in her personal life. It breaks my heart as a woman. Breaks my heart. And now 2 other girls, and then another one. So, guys, there was a girl in my group who neurologically, I think she had autism, but I'm not really sure what her issue was. We just didn't talk about it. We all know that some of us had disabilities, some didn't in this group. And then there was about 5 of us in the group. We really weren't really close friends, but they kept pairing me up with the main 3 girls. This girl who we couldn't really tell what her disability was. And then there was another girl who had Down syndrome, so I really don't want to get too much into her. But she comes into a big part of it because, let me explain this, guys. The girl that, I'm not sure what her disability is. You guys have heard me bring her up before. I'll do a whole separate video on her now because she's still at it. She convinced there was a couple girls in our class with Down syndrome. Like I said, we were all mixed in together, which I kind of understand, but I kind of wish I wouldn't have been put in with them. Only because of this one girl. She didn't seem to have much of a disability, and she liked to make fun of my glasses. I'm visually impaired, guys. This girl made my high school experience a living, I can't say on YouTube. When she would say, oh, at least, you know, I have a mom. I'm like, well, that's great. She said she didn't have a dad. So I thought, okay, this girl, like I said, I thought maybe she could have autism, she could have ADHD. I'm not really sure what her issue is to this day. We just don't get along. And I said to her, well, that's okay. And she said how she has a grandfather. And I said, well, and then in school one time, they said, hey, Borks and Danchek, please report to the principal's office. And I was, oh, you're in trouble. I mean, my dad was dropping me off some stuff from home I forgot that I needed. And the school also had a problem believing that I had a father for some reason. They just couldn't believe I had a dad. And there was another girl with my given name, also called Borkson, who I hated, but she could be in a different video. But I'm going to bring her up slightly, guys. She had a bad home life, worse than I have now, which was weird. Her father was in prison. Her mother had died. She was in foster care, and one day they'd call up this bee, actually, Borkson made a lot of crap for me, and she would bully people, and people would confuse it with me. I think Borkson has a learning disability. I don't mean to be rude. She's just an ignorant. I don't mean to look down people, guys. She's ignorant, in fact. And she'd make up a bunch of stories, and she'd just like start bullying people. Like, she started bullying me because she was thinking I like this boy that she liked, and I'm like, girl, I don't got time for this. And then I think what really aggravated her is when they called the teacher's office and said, hi, you guys know my father was elderly. I'm sorry, I should have said both my parents were elderly. Both my parents were not elderly. My mother was 30-something years older than me, but she was physically disabled. My father was physically disabled. My mother was paralyzed in one arm. My dad was paralyzed from the neck down, but not at this point. My mom was, I think, paralyzed already around the high school year. My mom went paralyzed in her one arm from a stroke. I'm sorry, I should say that. Both my parents had strokes. But at this point, they didn't. And when my dad came in to get me, and they called the teacher up, they said, hey, yeah, Borkson's dad is here. Well, the teacher flipped out and was like, there's no way possible Borkson's dad's in jail. Not realizing there's 2 Borksons in the class. And when she's saying Borkson's dad's in jail, the whole group was looking at me. Because, you know, we were both, for some reason, she was in the same grade. We were different grades that we had elective together. And the teacher was like, yeah, Borkson's dad's in jail. And everyone's like looking at me, and I'm like, he's at our family home, which you guys know is my childhood home. I'm like, no, he's at my family home. I said, oh, well, he has to come and bring me something. They said, well, we don't know which Borkson's father it is. And he's claiming to be Borkson's dad. But Borkson's dad's in jail. They didn't one time ask last name. And they were like, well, eventually at the 20 minutes, they got down to it and said, okay, which Borkson is it? Danchek, which is me, or the other one? And I'm like, oh my god, this is taking forever. Like, I need my stuff, guys. You know, you're a woman. You know where I'm going with this. And I'm like, I need my stuff. It's my dad. And they did this too with my brother, and they refused to believe it was my dad. They said, why would your dad be here? And they finally asked, what does this man look like? They said, it's an old gentleman. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Because the whole class is like, well, then we think it's your grandfather. Borkson's grandfather, sure. Well, the other Borkson, her father lived in a different state. So they were like, okay, it's not a father, it's a grandfather. I'm like, it's my father. I literally called him and they wouldn't let me go to him. It was embarrassing, guys. I'm sorry, this video is going to probably be 20 minutes long. Anywho, guys, anyway, my brother shows up another time. This, like I said, this is, well, we'll figure it out freshman year because this is, like I'm starting to tell stories now that happened in junior year. Okay, back to freshman year, guys. Anyway, so the girl that led my friend group, right, she was really mean. Her father left when she was young, and he didn't want to stick around. So she hated me. When they announced in the class that, hey, Borkson's grandfather's here. Oh, not this again. Borkson's grandfather, not this again. Said I was my father. She got instantly jealous. And she said, do you have a father? Straight out at me. And I was like, yes, because even now I'll say yes, he's my guardian angel in heaven, but he was still alive and not paralyzed at the time yet. So I was like, yeah, I have a dad that doesn't everybody. And half the class started crying, and I was like, not because I said that, because we were discussing dads, and I was really uncomfortable because I wanted to talk about Carl. Oh, I wanted to talk about Carl. And you guys don't know, I did a whole video series on Carl, my high school crush. He's really a dirtbag, but whatever. I want to talk about Carl. I didn't want to talk about dads. And I just said, yeah, I have a dad. Why? The girl hated me ever since. I started writing on the walls, Borkson is a word I can't say because if I ever get monetized, I will get demonetized. Starts with an S, it starts with an H. Borkson is a, and she kept doing this too. Borkson is a, and then guys, that really aggravated me was, like I said, there was 2 girls in my class with Down syndrome. One was nice. She obsessed over movies, and she obsessed on shows and movies that my cousin likes. I said, let me go home and talk to my cousin. She ended up being really cool. She's a person that when people talk good about people with Down syndrome, she succumbs to like, this girl was really nice. The opposite one started also writing on the walls. I can't believe that this girl had a girl with Down syndrome doing this. Borkson is an S word. Borkson is an H word. Borkson is a daddy stealer. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to laugh, but then I found out that girl with Down syndrome's father took off too. So I'm like, oh god, I heard he hates me because I have a dad. She was crying at lunch because she missed her dad. I got yelled at. She cries that you come and yell at me like, Borkson, Danchek, what did you do to have that girl crying? She's crying for her dad. You know, as somebody now, guys, who has been through more life than that now, there are moments in time where I miss my dad too. And she was crying, daddy, daddy, daddy. And I'm just standing here like, what? This is so awkward. I don't know the situation. Because I have a father. He's at his house. You know, he's at my childhood home. Like, my parents at their own house. Like, he's at our other house. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Like, what's going on here? And anyhow, she starts crying. The teacher accuses me of making her cry. By the way, this happened to Derek in school too. One of my brothers. I think this happened. No, that was Rupert. I think it happened too in school where a girl was crying and they made him like yelling at him for it. And he didn't even do it. She was crying about her mother saying something was wrong with her brother that wasn't. You know, guys, this school is ridiculous. Anyway, it came down to the point where we thought this girl, and this girl had this Down syndrome girl. Which I didn't really want to bring this up. Both bullying me. Well, no, I blame the girl that was the head in charge. She knew better. The other girl didn't. The other girl's a young special needs girl, and she was just going along with her. And I actually made peace with the girl that had the disability. I made peace with her. I just don't want to be friends with her because that other girl still has connections to her I don't want to deal with. So anyway, guys, freshman year was horrible. It was only a freshman year, guys. Horrible. Okay, I met up with a girl who's all trying to steal her boyfriend. I actually got. So, guys, I'm sorry. I said a word on YouTube you're not allowed to say. So now I have to edit this video anyway. Hey, guys, I got somebody at a school dance at the end of freshman year, put a substance in my drink that you're not allowed to have, an illegal substance. And I got really sick, you guys. I locked myself in the bathroom. And they got away with it because the school's perfect and I must have brought it in from home. And my parents didn't push it either. Which I do think if that was my child, I would have pushed it. But when you're disabled, you let a lot of things slide. And if guys, since sophomore year comes around, and I really don't like these two girls. I don't like them. It's nothing against the one being disabled. I just don't like these two girls. So I had to open up to them. I didn't want to be in that school, guys. By the way, I actually wanted to be in another school. But my mom didn't want me in the other school because there were too many people from my old school anyway. I need to start over fresh. Well, this wasn't a fresh situation. I was being bullied and harassed to the day I graduated. And past that, I still get messages. Anyway, guys, sophomore year, it is what it is. I hang out with these two girls. They're my best friends in the whole world from school. We love each other. They even features in all the yearbooks. We're three best friends. We're three amigos. We're three. I couldn't stand them. They couldn't stand me. At the point, though, guys, I hated her. I couldn't stand to be. Anyway, sophomore year, our field trip. We went to the zoo freshman year, but I, for some reason, got put in with the other kids, so I didn't have to see the one of them girls. Thank goodness. Sophomore year, we went to. Where did we go sophomore year? I know junior year was the movies. Sophomore year is now starting to blur. The guys was many. We always got the crappy things. Anyway, guys, so sophomore year we didn't have to deal with them either. Just because I just didn't. I had dealt with them. I had to deal with them. I was in the same classes as them, same bullying. But sophomore year is where things got so juicy, you guys. There was a boy who you guys have heard me talk about, Jackson. Jackson is a player. Jackson, I said he liked me. Jackson didn't like me. Jackson was a user and a player and an abuser, guys. Anyway, he kept coming after me on a date. He said he wanted to go out with me. At first, I was flattered. He was cute, and I was like, oh, fine, whatever. We never actually went on dates because Jackson was, how can I say, very odd. And anywho, Jackson started to get aggressive with me. Went into school, like, screaming and yelling, and then he told me he would unalive himself if I would not be his girlfriend. Because sophomore year, I started dating Justin, who I've talked about before, who was my high school boyfriend. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about Cole, but Cole had nothing to do with school. Cole was an outside boyfriend, so that's why I'm not talking about Cole. It was my ex, but anyway, back into the story. Anyway, so he got jealous because this guy had a disability too. Jackson and Justin were friends. Justin had autism, by the way, just similar to me. And he actually threatened to unalive Justin if we kept staying together. Justin wanted to be best friends with this guy. So I went behind everybody's back and was going to report that this boy that Justin and I were being bullied by Jackson. So many J names. Anyway, my mom actually called the teacher and told her, here is the kicker in the butt. The school didn't believe me. He threatened to unalive me on multiple occasions. The school actually threatened to have the press charges on me because I would dare soil the name of Jackson. The guy threatened to unalive me. He threatened to come and unalive my boyfriend. And my mom heard all this, and she recorded it even because it was a threat against my life. And the school said, your daughter's a liar. We don't believe Borkson. There's other people who said that this did not happen. Here's the thing, guys. There's other kids in the class who stood up for me and said he said to Borkson, we heard him say he would unalive her. And the way he said he would unalive me, that he would, I don't even want to get into details of what he said. The school actually laughed in my face, had a meeting with me and a bunch of adults without my parents there. Mind you, guys, both my parents are, I'm just saying are because I'm used to, my father hasn't gone a year yet. I had a meeting with me without my father, who was my legal, I guess, what term do you want to use, guys? He was my guardian because I was underage. After I got 18, my father was no longer my guardian. I was not his at the end either. So my father was furious when I came home and was crying and said that the teachers had a meeting with me and said they will be filing charges on me if they find out that I am not telling the truth. And they all believed this kid. Well, guess what happened? You guess what? Justin went in and that boy threatened Justin on the phone. And he got Justin aside. He told Justin that if you and your girlfriend do not counteract and say I did not do this, I am going to go into school and I will be doing, counterbind, basically. Anywho, Justin went in and totally flopped on me. He lied and said that we had made it up to get revenge on Jackson. So that was my word against Justin's against Jackson's. So the school, whatever, guys, Justin's mother did bring the police to the school. They were taking it seriously until Justin lied and said that I had made it up as a joke and he didn't realize it was going to get him in trouble. So anyway, guys, he kept doing this to other girls. Okay, that was sophomore year bullcrap. Okay, junior year spins around. And at this point, I'm worn out. I'm miserable. I'm tired. I hate school. I'd broken up with Justin because Carl and Justin got into an argument, which is the boy I actually wanted to be versus the boy I was actually dating. And me and Carl got into an argument originally. And, lovers splat, whatever it could be. And my boyfriend took Carl's side. Are you serious? To Carl's side. So I was like, this guy's no darn good. I got rid of him. Junior year rolls around. And there are some more people in the class. This is when we get to meet Betsy. And this is when the crap starts really hitting the fan. Betsy, and then another girl, Delilah, who also was disabled. And I guess I mentioned her before. We were all into little friend groups. And then you girls are a core 5. You guys. And then the other girls, you guys are a core 6. I tried to get all these other girls in the group, guys. I wasn't driving with any of these girls. Just because we're in the same class does not mean we had to be friends. Anyway, so Delilah and the girl Down syndrome click up. They're like best friends, and then she starts teaching her to hate me. Also, guys, I'm sorry. I did leave out the fact there was yet another girl in the class who was supposed to be my best friend who tried to introduce me to bugs, if you know where I'm going. Oh my good grief. She tried to introduce me to bugs, but there's just too much I can't really say in one going. So anyway, by this point, that girl had graduated. She was out of the picture. There was the other mean girl. And then they were called Desiree. And then there was the girl with the disabilities. We'll call her Nia. And then the other girl. Can't think of her name. I just said her name, guys. I'm sorry, I'm making this video. Her name skipped my mind. Needed to be for so many years. Anyway, those 3 girls, made my life a living whoop from that point forward, because the main mean girl meant the other 2 that I was mean to them. So we get in like brawls, like try to fight each other and all. The girl with Down syndrome had actually went in the bathroom while I was in there because the other girl told her to. The girl with like the autism, I'm gonna call her Nia. Nia got in the bathroom with me while I was in there, okay, works and using the bathroom, and she sneaks under the stall at me. What? And at this point, I'm like, this is what she's been doing this since freshman year. So I'm kind of like, oh, Nia, get out of here! Like, Nia, get out! I don't need you in the bathroom with me. And she writes on the walls, Borkson is there. It's the same thing again like the other time. Blah blah, Borkson day, blah 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 blah. Anywho, the school makes Nia clean up the wallpaper. They don't. And then another girl, we'll call Jenna. And Jenna and her group of friends. Actually, I don't know what happened. I actually got back in contact with Jenna about a year ago almost. And then we fell out again. She was really nice, and she ended up unfriending me on Facebook. I don't know. She was friends with my cousin, so I don't know if something happened there, and she just took it out. Doesn't want to be friends with me because of it. Like, I'm a completely different person, but I understand it. Jenna has a learning disability as well. But I'm going to tell you right now, Jenna and her group of friends, I think her name was Leslie, and Jenna and them, did something for me. I'm going to tell you guys right now, was one of the first hands of friendship I ever had other girls do for me. They told me, hey, Nia wrote on the wall about you. in the bathroom again. And I was like, what? Did the school not tell you, Borks? And they said, we're not doing this to start trouble, Borks, and we want you to know where you stand with that girl. That girl is not your friend. And I got thinking about it, and I went to the teacher and I reported it, because I didn't know who was telling me what. The teacher said, well, we can't tell you what's going on. Guys, it turns out Jenna and Leslie and their friends were telling me the truth. The school said it's not your business. It's done. It's over with. Well, she admitted it. Yeah, I like to run the wall about Borkson's a daddy stealing. Heck, I'm Borkson's deserves to have a dad, and I don't. Anyway, guys. Anyway. This is junior year. At this point, I go home and tell my mother. My mom said, she does this again. My mom said, she needs to have something. She needs to be suspended or something. This girl has too much going on. Because she, like I said, she was controlling Nia. Nia has disabilities. And then she also roped Delilah into it. And it was just a bunch of just bull crap. And I had to put up with these girls. And then on field trips, guys, we went to the movie theaters. I don't know why I had to go with Nia. And the other girl, the head girl, still messages me and tells me off. But anyway, guys, back to the story. So this is 11th grade. I'm getting really fed up. At the end of 11th grade, she spread some rumors about me that I don't know if I'm legally... I'm legally saying I want. But I was telling her that YouTube will allow me to post. Saying that me and Carl had a weird relationship. And that me and Carl are together, you know, with 2 and 2 equals, yeah. Told the whole school. We just everyone in our little group, and it felt like the whole school knew. I was embarrassed. My mom claimed she was going to transfer me, but never did. It's not my hopes up. I was excited. I was going to be changing high schools for the rest of junior year and into senior. We actually did look into sending me to public to I was in charter schools. We're looking to send me to Catholic. Now, my dad got beat in Catholic school, so my dad didn't want to put me in Catholic, but that may have been my only way up. Okay, junior year ends. I am at the point where I don't like these girls. I have to go one more year with these 3 girls. And at this point, I think Betsy's becoming a really decent friend of mine. Betsy has autism, but she's kind of like me, so I'm like, Betsy's a good friend for me. Yeah, summer ends, and next year begins. It's senior year, and oh my goodness, guys, that's really when the crap hits the fan. Okay, guys, my mom had a stroke at the end of junior year. My mom was in the hospital. She coded. They had to bring her back. Like all the stuff. She had a stroke. She had a heart attack and a stroke, a massive heart attack and a stroke. So I got bullied for that. But not the whole ring ceremony. They're still shoving Betsy and those other girls down my throat. Anyway, senior year, and this girl still believes that me and Carl were having a relationship. At this point, okay, it was a blessing. She ignored me for months. She was angry that I would like Carl, and I'm like, okay, we need to come to conclusions. We're supposed to be friends, right? Betsy, the holy roll. I'll never kiss a boy. I don't want to be a boy. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, guys, so I cleared that situation up. We really not friends. She spread some bunch of gossipy ghetto rumors about me. She's still writing on walls. At this point, guys, I'm not even in the same class as any of those girls. They moved me out of those classes, thank goodness. I do a different class where I was also bullied because they kept saying I was smelly and I was dirty and I was disgusting and I was friends with this special girl, and it was just, you know, the same boy was picking on me from middle school. He started picking on me in high school, and I'm just like, I can't with this dude. I can't. So the couple kids did defend me when some of the teachers would scream at me and yell at me and stuff. But guys, the thing is, I had to put up with that girl. Anyway, thank goodness, when graduation day eventually comes, guys, I am like, yay, I went away from all these girls. I really ought to broke off contact with that friend group, but I stayed friendly with them for a few years, and then that's the stories for other days, you guys. Please remember to comment, like, share, subscribe. Go and hit the bell for post notifications. I love you all. Bye, guys. Guys, remember, I do much more better story times. This is a lifetime ago. Oh, yeah, I also got my ribs broke at prom, senior prom. And I had to go with, you know, the mean girl. And I had to go with, you know, Nia. And the other girl wasn't there. And by the way, Delilah was 2 grades lower than us. I don't know what she was even doing. They were even doing mixing us all together. Anyway, guys, Finn broke my ribs on prom night. That's just a story for a whole another video. I'll do prom horror stories. Finn sent me to the hospital. Like, seriously. Broke 3 of my ribs on prom night. Because because Nia was spreading rumors that I was, how do I put this nicely? That head girl that was in charge. Her and Nia, mainly her, because she has a mental capacity to know what she's doing, Nia doesn't. Spreading rumors and setting all this crap made Finn get angry at me. First off, Finn didn't have any learning disabilities that I'm aware of, so he was he had no learning disabilities, neurotypical. Why is he listening to a bunch of these weird girls? I say weird because of troublemaking bullies. But anyway, so Finn decides to get revenge on me. And it hits me on prom night. Finn sees me and just goes, boom, hits me as hard as he could. I collapse over. Also, guys, the school decided to send me to prom with a severely autistic guy. He ruined prom. He was miserable. He didn't want to be there. Oh my good grief, guys, there's too much. I can't put this all in one video. Okay, guys, that is the end of this video, and I will be doing a separate one on Finn, even though it feels a lifetime ago, but it was bad. Guys, bye.